You started healing. And somehow everything got worse. Your emotions are louder than before. Your relationships feel uncomfortable. And you are starting to wonder, did I break something by trying to fix it? No. You did not break anything. What you are feeling right now is exactly what healing is supposed to feel like. And nobody warned you about this part. So today I am going to tell you the truth about healing. The parts nobody puts on a motivational quote. The parts that are real and hard and important to know. The first truth, healing is not a straight line. Most people imagine healing like a staircase. You do the work, you go up, you keep going up, you arrive at the top feeling whole and free. That is not what happens. What actually happens is this. You have a good week. You feel lighter. You think you are finally getting somewhere. Then something small happens, a conversation, a memory, a bad day, and suddenly you feel like you are right back at the beginning. Like nothing you did mattered. But here is what is actually true. You are not back at the beginning. You are the same person who has done real work, just having a hard moment. The difference is small, but it is everything. Last time this happened it took you 2 weeks to recover. This time it takes 2 days. That is growth. Even when it does not feel like it. Think of it like ocean waves. They come in. They go back out. They come in again. But slowly, quietly, the water is moving forward. That is you. That is healing. The second truth, healing gets harder before it gets easier. When you first start doing the real work on yourself, something uncomfortable happens. Emotions you spent years pushing down start coming up. Relationships that used to feel normal start feeling wrong. Things you used to tolerate without thinking now feel completely unacceptable. And you think, what is happening? I was fine before. Now I am a mess. But here is the thing. You were not fine before. You were numb. And numb felt like fine because it did not hurt. Now you are feeling things. Real things. Old things that needed to be felt a long time ago. That is not getting worse. That is getting honest. Think of it like a wound that was covered up for years. When you finally remove the covering and clean it properly, it hurts more in that moment than it did when it was buried. But that pain is part of it healing correctly. Stay with it. The discomfort means something real is moving. Here is something nobody tells you about the hard middle of healing. A caterpillar inside a cocoon does not gently transform into a butterfly. If you looked inside at the right moment you would see something that looks like complete destruction. The caterpillar breaks down into liquid before it becomes something new. It has to fall completely apart before it can reorganize into what it is supposed to be. That is what integration feels like. That is the hard middle. Not a neat transformation. A complete reorganization of everything you thought you knew about yourself. It is uncomfortable. Sometimes it is terrifying. But on the other side of that falling apart is something you could not have built any other way. You are not broken. You are in the cocoon. Stay there. The transformation is happening even when it feels like destruction. The third truth, nobody heals alone. I want to be honest with you about something. This video, and every video on this channel, is not enough on its own. Self-help content is a starting point. It is not the destination. Real healing happens in relationship. In being truly seen by another person without judgment. In having one safe person you can be completely honest with. Not performing okayness. Not editing yourself. Just being real. This matters because most of our wounds happened in relationship. Moments where we needed to matter to someone and we did not. Moments where we needed to be seen and we were not. Those wounds heal the same way they were created, through connection. Safe, honest, real connection. If you do not have that person in your life right now, finding them is not optional. It is not something to do someday. It is part of the work. One good therapist. One truly honest friendship. One relationship where you do not have to pretend. Start there. The fourth truth, healing will change some of your relationships. And nobody prepares you for this. As you grow, as you become more honest, more boundaried, more yourself, some people in your life will struggle with who you are becoming. Not because they are bad people, but because your growth makes their own stagnation visible. And that is uncomfortable for everyone. Some relationships will deepen as you become more authentic. Those people will rise to meet the real you. Hold on to them. Other connections will fade. People who only valued the version of you that never said no, never needed anything, never took up space, they will pull back when you start doing those things. Let them. Their reaction is not about you. It is about them. You are not losing relationships. You are gaining alignment. And that is worth the temporary pain of the ones that do not survive your growth. The fifth truth, you do not have to wait to be healed before you are allowed to enjoy your life. This one is urgent. Because too many people put their whole life on hold waiting to be fixed. Waiting until they have dealt with everything before they allow themselves to be happy. To love someone. To pursue what they want. To laugh without guilt. That is not how it works. Healing is not something you finish and then live afterwards. You live and heal at the same time. Every single day. You bring your whole in progress still figuring it out self to your life, and that is not a compromise. That is exactly how it is supposed to work. Joy is not a reward for completed healing. It is fuel for the journey. You are allowed to have it right now. Today. Not after. Now. Here is something the wellness world gets completely wrong. The idea that you need to be fully healed before you deserve good things. You deserve good things right now. Not the future version of you that has done all the work and broken every bad pattern. This version. The tired, trying, still figuring it out version. This one. Right now. Let yourself laugh without immediately feeling guilty about it. Let yourself rest without calling it laziness. Let yourself want things and pursue things and enjoy things right in the middle of your healing. That is not a distraction from the work. That is part of the work. So what does healing actually look like day to day? Because it does not look like a breakthrough moment. It does not look like a dramatic realization. It looks like this. It looks like pausing for 2 seconds before you react instead of just reacting. It looks like choosing to say something honest instead of staying quiet to keep the peace. It looks like resting without guilt. It looks like catching that old harsh voice in your head and choosing, just for today, not to believe it. Those moments are healing. They are quiet. They are small. They do not look impressive from the outside. But they are the actual substance of change. One small honest moment repeated every day adds up to a completely different life. That is the work. And you are already doing it. Before we close, I want to say something important. The fact that healing is hard does not mean you are doing it wrong. The fact that you still have terrible days does not mean the work is not working. The fact that you sometimes feel like you have gone backwards does not mean you have not moved. You have moved. More than you know. More than you can see from where you are standing right now. Healing has no finish line. No certificate. No moment where someone says, "You did it, you are fixed now." It is quieter than that. And more profound than that. It is already happening in you. Right now. Whether you can feel it or not. If you have been on a healing journey and it has felt harder than you expected, you are not doing it wrong. This is what it looks like. For everyone. Even the people who make it look easy. The fact that you are still here. Still trying. Still showing up for yourself even on the days it feels completely pointless. That is not a small thing. That is not nothing. That is everything. Thank you for spending this first week with me on this channel. If everyday therapy has helped you even once this week, please subscribe and share this with someone who needs it. You know exactly who that person is. Take extraordinary care of yourself. You deserve that more than you know. I will see you tomorrow.